My name is Fred, married with 2 children, so I'm a family man. I also own a shop whereby I sell second-hand clothes, which we refer as Mutumba in this market. In toy market, you find everything you need. T-shirts like Nike, yeah, Reebok, yeah. We have like Zara, yeah, all of them. They are very common in this market, and they are fast going. The reason why Mutumba is very much common in Kenya and is well liked in Kenya is because most is very cheap. They are cheap, they are affordable. Because they are cheap, most people depend on those.
There are Mutumba from UK, United Kingdom. We have Mutumba from America. We have Mutumba from Canada. We have Mutumba from Australia. We have Mutumba from Germany. So it originates from many countries. It is then shipped here in Kenya. It passes through the port of Mombasa and off-roaded and then taken to the godowns in the central business area of Mombasa, where we go and get them and buy them from. I'm a Mutumba seller in the whole part of my life, and this is where my family feeds from. I have a wife and kids. They have gone through education through this Mutumba business. I have stores. I have employed people from this business, so I have employed other people, and I would say that it has good returns. In 1996, there were a few people who used to sell Mutumba. The sellers increased. The godowns also increased. But we feel sometimes that the quality is degrading. When we open the bill of Mutumba, sometimes you find that the quality is so poor. You find that half of the bill is actually something that can go to waste, and half of it is something which is good. Well, we wonder why on a bill 50% is garbage. If the 50% that is bad, you'll have to throw them in the dustbin or burn, and because it's all dirt in the environment.
I got it at 23K, and you can see how they are. You can't even sell it at 10 shillings unless you burn them. It has no profit. You see the package. See? Whom do you expect to buy like this? As I opened for 23,000, I expect to get at around 10,000 profits after 2 weeks or after 1 week when they are nice. But at the moment, the ones that I got yesterday, I know it can't pay back. No one can buy a dirty clothes. You see? Me, I'm not happy.
Because of that lack of that kind of proper management of waste, they end up into our dump sites. And most of the dump sites we have, they are just along the roads, along the riverbeds. So at the end of the day, we find them when it rains, you find they have to be put in the drainage, the water is standing, yeah. You find it smelling everywhere, yeah. Like when it's raining, it's very bad. The rivers are actually all of them dirty, yeah. And even the county government, then the county government doesn't have the capacity of doing any kind of clean system.
I 1 million. 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 1 million.
I feel like there's a big environmental impact because it's cheap. So your mentality is always like, you know where to get it, you can always get it at any time. Because it comes in plenty, you know, it comes in plenty. So you can always go back and buy. I'm a part of a group which cleans the river, Slum Going Green. So each and every day we go and clean like a certain area. We go there the next day, it's full of dirt. Waste disposal again, so it's crazy. Most of these things that we find when we are cleaning the river with my other group members, they are number one, clothing, like textiles, and mattresses and bed sheets. You continue to dig deeper, you'll just find clothing.
When it rains more, that river becomes this side, like this, enters in all of these houses here. So nowhere to sleep, even you can't do anything. All house ni maji. Even we can't even find a place to sleep here, because even bed, everything, bed, chairs, cooking utensils, those everything get damaged. So you can't even stand to see how your house look like. I've been sick because of the flooding of the river. It destroys my home, my peace of mind.
The Dandora dump site is the largest dump site in Kenya and in Nairobi as the capital city. But everybody disposes their waste to Dandora dump site. Waste in Dandora is not organized. When other people are coming to dispose their waste in Dandora, as long as they get space, they'll just dispose it off, whether it is near a household or any open field that they get. One of the major challenges that we experience as the residents of Dandora is the smoke. The smoke that has caused a lot of respiratory diseases, and for that only we have a specific space in Kenyatta National Hospital for people from Dandora. This smoke is inhaled with people around the dump site, and that is a cause for respiratory diseases, especially for children who like playing a lot near the dump site, or even walk through the dump site when going to and from school.
It's like they are throwing the waste to us, because 80% is good and the 20% is bad. It's like it's dumping, yeah. It's like dumping the waste to us. And that's the menace we have now.
Soko is a garment manufacturing company that incorporates ethical, green in manufacturing as well. In the early days, Kenya used to be a force to reckon with when it comes to textile manufacturing. It had a couple of renowned textile mills that used to supply fabric for the local market as well as for export. But in the late 90s, the textile industry took a hit from the introduction of mitumba, which affected quite a number of people because it used to employ directly and indirectly more than 500,000 people. The rise of mitumba has definitely impacted the textile industry in Kenya because the import is way higher than what the Kenyan factory can produce. It's not possible to compete with mitumba for a textile to be sustainable in Kenya.
I was working for a fashion brand in Brussels, and that went bankrupt 10 or 11 years ago. And then I decided at that moment that I wanted to work fashion otherwise. I wanted to rethink the way I was working fashion, and that was the beginning of Isatio. At Isatio, we want to focus on sustainability. We want to focus on slow fashion. We can say that at Isatio we craft into beauty what otherwise should be burned. In my experience with the industry, I've seen that every 6 months this big industry produce a lot of samples which are becoming waste, and I was determined to use them. Well, if we imagine that in the economy in general, there is the linear economy which lives and dies and becomes waste, what I do in my economy circular is this waste, I take it and I put it back to the market, and with these raw materials, if we can say, I put high value quality products, and they live again and again, and we close the loop. I would like to think in a future where fashion becomes more sustainable, which means that more green. And when I said green, I think about the planet, I think about rethinking the way we act when we are consumers. I know that our system pushes us to overconsume, but I think it's the mission that we have, everyone, to rethink the way we proceed when we are faced to buy something, and it is better sometimes to buy one thing more than 3 and pay for it, for the work and the values that it contains.
New Wardrobe is a social network. It's an app and community to be able to share your clothes with people in your local community. So it's a way of being able to access fashion in a more sustainable way. You join as a member, you pay a flat membership fee, and you upload your own piece to share. Once you've shared your own piece on the platform, you're able to borrow from anyone in a community without any additional cost. So it's all about getting the pieces that aren't getting enough love in your wardrobe out there in the world and start sharing them. As a company, we work towards Sustainable Development Goal 12, which is responsible production and consumption. And this is a really great way to be able to actually benchmark what we do as a company and understand fundamentally what kind of society we need to create. New is built by a community, so in any given location we create a community of like-minded people who really want to see New thrive and who want to share clothes and who want to enjoy fashion in a more sustainable way. And so I guess we're working with the kind of mindset that we all have enough pieces and we all have these events to go with. But really with new, you don't need to have a wardrobe full of 50 dresses. You can just have one dress and 50 new friends.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh na 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 na. Hey, hey, hey. Tusipoziba ufa tutajenga ukuta. Tutunze mazingira na masandio sasa. We have to protect our environment. The future generations will judge us by our actions today. Ufa tutajenga ukuta. Tutunze mazingira na masandio sasa. We have to protect our environment. The future generations will judge us by our actions today.
Rivers can't take it no more. Reason being in a choke from all the plastic and waste material being disposed. Take a trip down Nairobi River. I promise there's nothing to smile about. All you will see is pampers and condoms floating around, blocking the flow of water. Fish in a shindwa tuli. Fanya nini to deserve this? Tourists wanna die. There's really nothing to see here. We are careless to careless for the rivers that came up for us. Give us water plus, it's a natural resource. Tuchunge our resources. The source is God, He put us in charge. So let us take charge. Let us take charge.
Tusipoziba ufa tutajenga ukuta. Tutunze mazingira na masandio sasa. We have to protect our environment. The future generations will judge us by our actions today. Ufa tutajenga ukuta. Tutunze mazingira na masandio sasa. We have to protect our environment. The future generations will judge us by our actions today.
Because if we have clean rivers, then to corner clean lakes. When we have clean lakes, then we have more fish. Then to corner more food. Feeding up the nation, everything is all good. Namika Larry Dwayne, I will play my partner clean. Easy river to heal the scars. Kawangari Matai, I will die for this. Big up to Kilamse, anacheza kama yeah. Making sure innovations don't destroy our earth. Now the slums going green. Mazingira yetu haya ya wasafi.
Haya ya wasafi, yeah. Tusipoziba ufa tutajenga ukuta. Tutunze mazingira na masandio sasa. We have to protect our environment. The future generations will judge us by our actions today. Ufa tutajenga ukuta. Tutunze mazingira na masandio sasa. We got to protect our environment. The future generations will judge us by our actions today.
Na Wakenya mto zetu zinaumia. Takataka zimejaa inaumia. Uchafu na plastiki ndio samaki sahi. We really need to do something to change this. Take responsibility, be responsible. Reduce, recycle. Stop turning our forest into dumping sites. It's a bad sight walai. Inafaa tuna act sahi. Otherwise future itakuwa messed up. Just imagine toi wako anauliza what's a river? Utajibu, utamwambia nini? Akiuliza Lake Victoria ilifanyika nini? Walai, it's crazy. We really need to change this.
We really need to change this now. I say we really need to change this now.